Morning folks, Billy here, my next instalment, it's yoga time. Busting nose moves, for all you fitness freaks out there, take a bit of note. There we go. Right, come with me. Right, we're in an upstairs bathroom here, middle bathroom. Hardly gets used, this room. There's only two of us in the house now. All the rest are at uni or moved away. Kids have all grown up now. So this little sort of unit here needs replacing. It's been here for years. It's busted. This is a project in itself, this little middle bathroom that we're going to do. So I'm going to start by making something to sit here to replace this. Now, it's a small bathroom, so them doors always get in the way, so I need something a bit different. So I've got a mixture here of new wood, and I've got some old sort of scrap wood. This wood here that's been painted was a backdrop, part of a backdrop for my antiques business where I used to photograph my antique furniture. So let's not get it to waste. This is a project I want to show you all. It's a nice, easy project. If you're a beginner, don't be daunted by the amount of wood I'm using here. It's super easy. Just take your time. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. The key here is just practice, and you can do this. You really can do this. I'm not, like I said in my other videos, I'm not a joiner or a builder or whatever. But you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. So measuring out. Stanley's a bit better now. He's up and about on his feet a bit better. We were a little bit worried last week for him, but he's fine. Look at him, looking to escape. So a quick tour of the inside section now of my little work area. I've got the outside section, and I've got this here where basically I store my tools and stuff. In the winter I can come in here and use it, hence why I've had the French doors put onto the front, which are now there if you've noticed. I try and keep an orderly ship so I know where everything is. I clean everything down after I've used them. Look, there's them French doors been put on now, so need a bit of touching up. That wall needs painting, and we're good to go. Right, I'm marking up a bit of 3/4 inch hardwood ply here. There's different types of plywood. This one, I don't know what species it is. I haven't got a clue. Hardwood ply, but I always ask me supplier to send me this sort of lighter coloured stuff, which seems to be a better quality. I think it's poplar. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. So here I'm just measuring out, and look, he looks at me there. Look, he's looking at me. He wants to get down there, and he won't. He's just refusing to. So, but I am going to make him a ramp for there. As he's getting a bit older now, I'll make him a little, and I'll do a project to the ramp. Right, so these plunge saws. Now, I'm new to a plunge saw. I like the circular saws, but I've had this a while, and then I stopped using it because, like, first time I used it, I didn't read the instructions, didn't set it up right, and I got a massive kickback on it, which really scared me. Fortunately, I didn't get hurt, but then I was asking a few questions to a few sort of guys that use these, and the correct method of setting them up. So, if you're in doubt, ask somebody who knows about them. Get onto your instructions. They've got like cams and all that needs setting up. Dead easy, not hard at all. So here again, I'm just cutting through the end of this. I'm making a right pig's ear of it, because what it is, my arm at the back there is hitting this scrap wood at the back, so I can't get any purchase on it. People in small wood shops and that will know exactly what I mean. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing there, but my arm kept it in the back at the back. But then little Japanese saw by Sushan, really cool stuff. And I'm just cutting up now. What I'll do in the description at the bottom, I'll put a cut list to this. If anybody's interested, and you can put your spin on it. You can make it bigger, wider, longer, different colour, whatever you want to do. But just my basic cut list for this, I'll give you an idea, and I'll pop that in the description. I want to say a massive shout out to one of my supporters, Dory Glenn. She sent £5 over on the Make Me a Coffee app, or Buy Me a Coffee app, or whatever it's called, to support the channel, and it's really, really appreciated. She's the first person to do it, and I'm just going to give you the mention out there because it is super appreciated. And anybody that wants to support the channel, they can do, whether it's you subscribe, you comment, whatever. I'll put links to Buy Me a Coffee. I've just set a Patreon up, and everything I raise through them apps will go back into the woodworking videos to make these videos for you. It'll go into sort of wood, tools, that kind of stuff. But yeah, your support's been brilliant. I'm absolutely blown away by the level of support I'm getting off people. And it's not just all about financial support. It's about just nice comments and being nice. Don't forget, we're all beginners and beginner woodworkers. This is a hobby, and it's good for you. It just gets you out of the house and doing something, being creative. Right, so what I'm doing here is I cut the legs there. This is pine, by the way. This is 4x2 pine. And I've just put 2 blocks at either side. Now, my old vintage yardstick I got from, obviously people know I'm an antiques dealer as well. And I kept this back. I got it, I don't know where I got it. I've had it years now. But I find this, I go to this yardstick a lot. So I'm measuring up 3 holes here to, if you have a look at the profile at the side of this for these legs, just makes it easy. It's just a basic bit of furniture I'm making. But I want it to look good. So just get the drill in, countersink, just take your time, add some glue. I'm using Titebond 2 here, but you can use any glue, any wood glue that is, should I say. If it's going to be in a moist sort of environment, what I should have used here really is Titebond 3, but it'll be fine, which is more sort of water repellent. This is going in a bathroom, this item, which there'll be moisture, but like I said, there's only me and Shelley in the house, and we tend to get showers, but we want that room to look nice. The bath doesn't hardly get used. Shelley goes in it more than sort of I do. So I'm using here, I am using 60mm wood screws to go in, and I'll plug these afterwards. Cut yourself some 10mm plugs. Let me know where you're all from. So here's this bit of board I was using. It's actually a rough sawn 6x1, what we just initially painted over and used as a backdrop, which worked perfectly, but we don't need this bit anymore. So I'm just cutting this to size for what I want this bit for. My Makita, I have named the Makita. It's going to be called Makita, the finger eater. I'm going to get a little plaque made for the side of it. So if you didn't hear that first time, the Makita is now called Makita the Finger Eater. And speaking of finger eaters, watch out for this on new wood when you buy it, what they stick the labels to. They're nasty. I've had a bad accident with them where I cut it on one of the previous videos. So here we go. I'm just measuring out again. This here is going to be for a little, another little project I'm sort of half doing. This is not part of this project, but I just thought I'd show you. I like drilling holes. There's nothing like getting into that hole with a power tool. So I just turn it over there, just so I don't get, put a backing board on, and then I just turn it over. Take your time so you're not getting like loads of tear out. That's nice and clean. So I may get masked up, get the vacuum on your hoover, and just sand away. There's a load here to sand. absolutely loads of it. So just take your time, you get through it. I think sanding wise, this took me probably half an hour, just taking my time. And all I'm using here is 180 grit to get all the sort of rough edges away, and just give it a nice sort of key to the top. I find the stain goes on a lot better. And you can use 120 grit, 150 grit if you want. I just find, for me, the sweet spot's round about 180, but it's everybody's different on what sort of look they want. There's no right way or wrong way, I don't think. Or, you know what, I'm going to get a carpenter or one of these joiners that's been on for like 20 years or something that's going to say, oh no, you're wrong. Well, I probably am, but you know what? These videos are for beginners and people like myself, so there you go. I find 180 grit perfect for this. Just like I say, take your time. So here's the boss, Shelley. It's red hot here in the UK at the minute, and she's ginger, so I've got to constantly put her into the shade. She doesn't like the hot weather. Neither does any ginger really. They sort of like curl up in a ball and, like, you know, they hide from the heat. But she's going to go over everything just lightly. There's that wood, which has still got a tinge of white to it, but I sort of try and use that to my benefit, just to break up the look a little bit. So that's all that stain there. And I'm just going to go back in now, and there's just been a little bit of a change of plan. I'm just wanting to add something to it. So I was sat down having a coffee while that stain was drying, and I thought, shall he come up with a bit of an idea? And when I thought about it, I thought, that's good. So I just thought I'd do it now while I've got the wood cut and drying, and then she can go over this with a stain. If there's anything you want to know about any of the tools I'm using, or any questions you want, just ask. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's really appreciated. A lot of you are probably watching this and just don't think to hit the subscribe button, but it means a lot to us when we're creating these videos. It gives us encouragement to sort of make more. I'm doing this for the benefit of everybody. I really enjoy my woodwork, my hobby, and a lot of people do, and I try and keep everything real. I'm not one of these fake sort of YouTubers that, you know, if I say I've got new wood, I've got new wood. I worded that a bit wrong, did I? If I've got whatever, I've worded that wrong. I'm sorry. But I'm not, you know, I won't pull out a £4,000 walnut slab out me junk pile. You know, it just doesn't work with me. That I try and keep things real. So there you go. That's that one. It looks like my fingers here are really close to that blade, but they're not. I'm safe there, trust me. When it comes to this sort, or any sort of saw, I try and keep really safe. Take my time. So here, I'm just marking up where I'm putting these cross members. Now, what I'm using here is a new tool to me. It's squares, and they're by Starrett, and they're really inexpensive. So if you're a beginner and you're looking for a good square, look at Starrett. I'm not sponsored by him or anything like that. I just find them really accurate, and the price point was really, really good. You can get hoodwinked into buying all these really expensive tools when you don't need to. But it is nice to have something nice, isn't it? And these are inexpensive, like I say, and they're super accurate. I bought a set of 3 of them, different sizes, and only because they were expensive, that was it. So I'm just going to brace that there. I've put a little, if you see that strip of wood at the front, I've put that as just to keep everything nice and level at the front. And when you're doing this, just take your time and check everything. Just make sure everything lines up. And I'm just going to go in, drill and countersink. Let me know also in the comments. What I'm fascinated to know is, I know I'm getting a lot of beginners and sort of hobby woodworkers watching me. What was your first project? Let me know in the comments. Or if you're about to do a project and you're looking for inspiration off videos like mine and other people, what are you planning on building? Let me know what you're planning on building or what you've made. I'm really interested to know. So it's a tight fit here, but this is what I want, exactly what I wanted. So just taking my time with cutting earlier has got me to this stage where it's a really tight fit here, and this is exactly how I wanted it. And believe it or not, getting these little bits like this when you're a beginner, even me, I mean, I'm not a beginner, but I am a beginner. I'm like a sort of versed hobbyist, if that makes sense to you. I'm no expert, like I say, but getting these cuts right for me, sometimes I can struggle. You get a lot of play, but just by taking my time, I'm getting them a bit better now. And if you'd have a look there, that's holding itself up. So just going off a slight angle there when you're making them holes, the pilot holes, go in, it'll stop your drill hitting that side piece. If you'd have a look how I'm holding my drill there, just off centre. So I'm just going in off centre, that's it. And my drill's not hitting. So here, I'm fitting these to the bottom. Now, I fitted these using I've not got the footage here, but I pinned them down and it didn't work. It just didn't look right either. So I took them off, took all the nails out, and I'm gluing and screwing and plugging, which in the end I like the look of, because I made the little sort of covers, the plugs, as a sort of decorative feature. So here's Shelley now going over the piece with, she's using a combination of the Ollie Natura Hardwax stain and a multi-surface lacquer by Polyvine. She'll use a combination of it over here. So the Hardwax oil will go on the top, which is the plywood, and the solid wood base, she'll use a combination of the Hardwax oil and the Polyvine. And here it's finished. It's in the bathroom now. I think it looks cool. So now there's no doors. You can easily access that. It's a little stand for the bathroom. Just want to show you me Art Deco mirror there. I love that mirror. That's quite a rare Art Deco mirror, that as well. So it fits perfectly. Excuse the mess. Shelley's not good with a mop in here, but like I say, this room's going to be a project anyway. There's my mirror again. Oh, love that. And there's another little project I made on another video, the little towel rack. But on here you could fit loads of stuff, and here she goes. She's put a few bits on for now. But you get the gist. It's not styled properly. We're not interior designers. So what I'd like to say is thanks for watching, and on to the next one. Subscribe. Bye.